Good morning, everyone. My name is Simon, and we are the team Look. We got Mahir over here, we got Derek, we got Brandon, and we got Ian. Our project was to develop a sensor system that could be installed or retrofitted on any vehicle, trailer, 18-wheeler, boat trailer, whatever you want to do it. You can basically extend the system onto any of those vehicles. Our system is consisting out of 6 sensors right now. That was our design goal, to have 6 running sensors, and all those communicate over Bluetooth. We have 2 sensors in the front of the vehicle, 2 sensors in the back of the vehicle, and 2 blind spot sensors. And one of our stretch goals was actually to having a functional camera that can also be hooked up to the vehicle as a backup camera or as a front camera. Some of the newer trucks, they have really high fronts, so you can't really see what's in front of you. And this camera actually runs over Wi-Fi, and so we were able to get that installed and have everything working. The sensor distance around the vehicles will detect any obstruction within 5 meters. So if you start backing up a trailer or something like that, sometimes you're not used to it and you can't see behind it. This system will actually detect if something is behind you and will notify you in the vehicle with beeping or a light that will actually start blinking. Our central control unit is a user interface that we have developed that has a GUI. The GUI has a touchscreen display and is running off of a Raspberry Pi. The touchscreen will show you a vehicle display and have several sensors around the vehicle and shows you exactly where the obstruction is at. Additionally, we have the swipe right, swipe left system. If you swipe right, you have the backup camera that will show you or the front camera, wherever the camera is, will show you if something is in front of you or behind you. And if you swipe left, you have the ability to actually add sensors to it. So if you have, our goal was to have 6 sensors, but the sensors are actually running over a Bluetooth network, and so we can extend the sensor range because it's Bluetooth. It doesn't last that long. We have like a 25 feet, but you can actually mesh them up so you can extend your range. So you have an 18-wheeler, you can go all the way to the back of the trailer and have an 18-wheeler hooked up with the sensor system. Over here, there's a small picture of the sensors, how they look. They can basically be retrofitted, so you just put the sensor system in it and mount them right onto whatever existing light you already have. So you just replace them, hook them up. One of the critiques that we received last year from the original judges, they had said, because originally we wanted to run this thing on batteries, but they had suggested just run it off the 12 volts of the car, because then you don't have to worry about charging the system or have any kind of issues with the temperatures outside, because lithium batteries, they have problems with those kind of things. And then, yeah, we basically meet all our goals, and we have a fully functional system. And if there are any questions, we're open to answer those right now.
I'm just trying to figure out the sensitivity of the sensors. Like, I know you probably have a car with one of these cameras, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't, unless you drive too slow, they're not reactive. So, how fast can they respond in what kind of speed of the movement?
So, the blind spot sensors, they will be active the entire time. And since this is a retrofitted system, we can't actually interfere with the vehicle itself. So they will constantly be updating the data, and it's in nanoseconds. It's instant. As soon as you put your hand in front of it, it will detect it. So is that answering your question?
Yeah, what I'm saying is like on my car right now, if I'm driving, I don't know, more than 5 miles an hour or something, they're too late. By the time it beeps, I've already hit something.
Okay.
I think there's ways to, right now we're using ultrasonic sensors, which only give us like about 5 meters, but these could potentially be put with like LiDAR or other types of sensor that would give you increased range. So higher speeds, you could mitigate those kinds of problems.
One of the things, if you think about when you drive on the highway and you have something in your blind spot, you probably would turn your blinker on and you hopefully look in the mirror first, and then the system will already start beeping. Nobody really drives a race car on the highway, so you have enough time. It will notify you pretty fast as soon as somebody is actually in your blind spot. So, and backing up and stuff like that, you usually do relatively slow. You don't go 20 miles an hour backwards with a trailer.
So tell me, why wireless?
That's just for the ease of use. Let's say you're just an average Joe and you want to install a system in your car that doesn't have it. Me, for example, I have an old truck. I want to install a backup system because it's a huge, bulky truck. So I have the ability to just hook it up to the battery that's already existing there. I have 12 volts on the lights, I have 12 volts on all over the place. So now I just hook it up and I have Wi-Fi ability or Bluetooth ability to add sensors. I don't have to run any wires or anything. So I'm fully mobile and it's really easy for anybody to do the installation. It doesn't have to be a professional. It's will be relatively cheap also because you can do most of it yourself.
It's a good idea that you guys have, but coming back to the wire, you still need to run the wires to the battery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those already exist. It's a replacement, basically. You basically replace the light that already is existing.
Oh, okay.
So
My question is, since it's for driving and you're using swiping, have you thought about using voice controls so that I don't have to look at the screen?
I mean, we could extend the system to any kind of range. It's just we have to use the message to finish it, and voice control would really take up a lot of extra time. And we had to already develop the GUI, so voice control would have been also a good addition to it. If we had more time, maybe that would have been cool. But I mean, we're totally open to extend the system to any range. So, but if you guys have any more questions, we're running out of time. So come see us at our booth, and we're happy to answer any questions, show you off the system, and it's really cool.
You guys have a demo at the booth?
Yeah.
Thank you.